Nepotism isn't just for the children of celebrities. Oftentimes, it's for their spouses as well. Hello, my fam. Perez here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and Hilaria from Boston, former yoga teacher turned mother of many Baldwinitos and reality TV star. That's right, in case you forgot, former respected actor Alec Baldwin now has a TLC show all about his very large family. And his wife has just scored a book deal and is going to be releasing a memoir in a week. And of course, she is using the whole Spanish fiasco to try and get attention. And it's working, because hello, I am here talking about it. Or I should say, hola, estoy aquí. If you don't remember, Hilaria, for the longest time, pretended to be from Spain. Her English sounded like she was a Spaniard, even though she was born and raised in Massachusetts, Boston. And in an excerpt from her upcoming autobiography, she explains why she talks the way that she does. Alec's wife shares for the first time that she is neurodivergent. She claims to have ADHD and dyslexia. I'm not saying she's lying, but show me the receipts. ¿Dónde están los recibos? And she notes, these diagnoses greatly impact my speech, my reading, my listening, my focus, and my self-confidence. What? Hilaria from Boston was born and raised in Massachusetts, from birth through high school. And as I've shared with you in the past, former classmates said that when she was living in Boston, she didn't speak with this fake Spanish accent that she does now. It is put upon. An act. Fake. Because yes, having ADHD and dyslexia can make learning difficult, but you don't unlearn, how do you say, cucumber? You don't forget basic words because you have ADHD and dyslexia. It's because you're a grifter. Pepino. I'm in a good mood today. And a reminder, she doesn't even have family in Spain. She is a gringa, and she'd only gone to visit a little bit while growing up. And yes, now that they're adults, her family has moved to España. But the accent, something that happened when she became an adult and moved to New York City. You gotta get a gimmick if you wanna get ahead. There's so many Hilarias, but not that many Hilarias. That's my gimmick. Also, having ADHD and dyslexia does not explain changing your name from Hilaria to Hilaria. Also, I've never met a single Latina or anybody named Hilaria. That's like some gringa invention. Is there anybody else out there named Hilaria? Despite the many flaws in her reasoning, the mother of many says in her new book, quote, I have a brain that is 1 part English, 1 part Spanish, 7 dollops of mom brain, a heavy pour of distraction when I get stuck or go off on tangents and forget what I am saying while I am saying it. What was she saying? And she wants us to know that she's being so brave, opening up about this for the first time. I just existed in a land where sometimes I spoke one language and sometimes I spoke another. Sometimes I mixed them and got mixed up, and I never talked about my processing differences. But upon her fakery becoming public knowledge, Hilaria says, I started to really unravel. I was confused. I felt lost. I missed my family. I couldn't eat. I got very thin. I started to question my sanity. I started to question if I was a good person. And then her mental health really suffered. And she, quote, returned to what I used to do as a child and started to call myself stupid. When I woke up, I wanted to be DEAD. And I got worse and worse. Thankfully, she's got her husband who's been through his fair share of media scandals. We don't need to rehash those. Hillary says that Alec helped her get through hers. She explains, Alec was so good to me throughout this time. He had experienced similar situations, people saying awful things about him, mostly deserved. Yeah. Trying to destroy him, making others think he was a bad person. No. His actions did that. His actions. Sometimes his violent against multiple people. His violent actions. He could reach out from a place of real empathy and personal experience. Then she tried to put things in a nice little bow, saying that she has to just accept that her brain just works differently. And that's not going to stop her from living her best life. Neurodivergent Hillary says, I can really succeed in the right environments and tasks. I fully agree that people with neurodivergent status, whether that be ADHD or dyslexia, can thrive. However, I am not neurodivergent, but if you are or someone in your family is, please help me out here. Does having ADHD or dyslexia make you a liar? Mentirosa, mentirosa. And listen, I also want to add, I don't think she's a bad person. I think she just lied so hard that she has quadrupled down and keeps on digging further because at this point, she even gave her children Spanish language names. Alec and Hilaria have Carmen, Rafael, Leonardo, Romeo, Eduardo, Maria, and Hilaria. But you know what? Having 3 kids myself, I think so long as you love your children and support them and are a good parent, your kids are going to love you, fakery, flaws, and all. So, do you plan on reading Hilary's new memoir? Let me know and let's discuss everything in the comments section.